So let's unpack this deep dive.
Yeah.
We've got this collection of reviews for Qissa Cafe X Westleys.
Right.
And our job really is to sift through them. We're looking at a sentiment analysis, trying to pull out the key insights.
What actually matters? Yeah. What did people really think?
Exactly. What did they love?
Yeah.
What fell short? And what's the overall picture?
Well, looking at the sources, it's clear straight away, isn't it? It's definitely a mixed bag.
Totally. So first up, the good stuff, the
Yeah.
ambiance, the atmosphere that gets mentioned a lot. People saying it's good, cozy, appealing.
Yeah, sounds like they've really got the vibe right. That seems consistent.
And it's not just the vibe. Specific dishes get shout-outs too.
Mm-hmm. Things like continental items, the mushroom soup, Alfredo pasta, steak, grilled chicken. These seem to be winners, often getting 4 or 5 stars.
So definite highlights on the menu. And the service. Sometimes good too.
Sometimes, yes. We see names like Rini Sarah Alex, Arun Kumar, Varsha Rajesh mentioning attentive, friendly staff. So positive interactions are happening.
Okay. And parking apparently isn't a headache either, which is always nice.
Always a bonus. But then we get to the other side of the coin, the negative points.
Right. This is where it gets into, like you said, mixed. Food quality issues seem to pop up quite a bit.
They really do. Things like blandness, stale buns. Nobody wants a stale bun over salting. Dishes just not prepared well.
And these aren't just sort of vague feelings, are they? The analysis points to specific examples.
Exactly. Like Kevin Samuel wasn't happy with his pizza. Joseph mentioned issues with chicken stroganoff and a milkshake. So very specific misses alongside the hits.
Which points to that inconsistency problem. Bland burgers, stale bread again, just poor flavor balance. It seems like a recurring theme.
It absolutely is. And it's not just the food lottery either. The service, praised by some, is described by others as, well, disinterested or slow. Joseph J. Puthumana noted that, for instance.
Huh. So you can walk in, order that Alfredo everyone likes, get a great server, and leave happy.
Or you order a burger, maybe a pizza, the service is slow that day.
And you walk away thinking, what's the hype about? That really explains the split in the reviews.
Perfectly. And there were even a few mentions, concerns about hygiene or cleanliness, sometimes tied to freshness.
Okay, yeah, that's not good.
And then there's the pricing aspect. It seems people feel it's overpriced when the food or experience doesn't match up. It's about perceived value.
Right. If the burger's bland, you feel like you paid too much. So the big picture then, what does it all boil down to?
Well, it seems the cafe's strength is that atmosphere, the ambiance, and some specific dishes.
But the actual customer experience, it really depends.
It heavily depends, yeah, on what you order, who serves you, maybe even what day it is. Food quality and service interaction, those are the swing factors. So the overall perception is, well, mixed because of that variability.
Which naturally leads to thinking about fixes.
Mm-hmm.
What did the analysis recommend for improving things?
Okay, number 1 is pretty clear. Standardize the food. Quality, consistency. That means training staff properly on recipes, having quality checks. Make sure every steak is as good as the one people rave about.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
And the service, inconsistency.
More training there, too. Focus on, friendliness, being attentive. Address those specific food complaints head on. Revisit the recipes for things like the burgers and pizzas. Check ingredient quality.
No more stale buns.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And enhance hygiene practices. They also suggest looking at the menu, maybe highlight the popular stuff, maybe rethink or remove the items that keep getting complaints.
Smart. Manage the menu better.
Yeah, and actively listen to feedback. Keep that good ambiance going, obviously, and make sure the pricing feels fair for what you actually get. Transparency there is key.
All this talk about standardizing processes,
Mm-hmm.
the training, the recipes, the quality checks, raises a really interesting point for me.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Well, if those individual moments, that specific dish you loved, or that one really great server, are so critical to how you feel about the place, how much can standardizing everything really control that perception?
That's a good question.
Is making customers consistently happy more about perfecting the system? Or is it always going to come down to those unique, maybe unpredictable moments, that connection with that meal or that person?
System versus the moment, yeah. That's definitely something for you listening to chew on.